Defenders of voter ID often talk about ID as something that everybody should already have. They're shocked that everybody doesn't, and why is it so difficult to just go and get it? Well, it turns out not always so easy, and joining us now to break down how hard it can be, Kat Calvin, founder of Spread the Vote US and Project ID US. Kat, welcome to the Damage Report.
Hi, thanks, great to be here.
Very glad to have you here. So you recently had an incident where some people were trying to get IDs and it started a very involved process. Can you break that down for us?
Sure, so at Spread the Vote, we help people get IDs in voter ID states. So like you said, most people think everyone has an ID. Actually, 11% of eligible voters in America, 21 million people, don't have photo ID. Wow. And for anyone who's ever had to go to the DMV, you know it's not easy. Beyond just the insane lines, you need birth certificates and proofs of identity and residency and money, and a lot of things that are really tough, and particularly for that 11%, because if you don't have an ID, you can't work. And so on top of all of the other things you can't do with an ID, get food from a lot of food banks, nights in shelters, medical care, et cetera, you don't have the job you need to pay for those documents. So we help people pay for all of those things, obtain those documents, and take them to the DMV. We have a really incredible field staffer in Memphis, Tennessee, Shaundra, who she's such a beast that sometimes I have to call her and say, Shaundra, are you making up these numbers? Because she gets 20 to 40 IDs a week at least. And she goes to the DMV, to different DMVs around Memphis, wherever is most convenient for her clients. For a lot of them, it's the downtown motor. And I was there last week and had 18 people who she was helping. She sort of goes a couple times a week and people meet her there. And I think there was a combination of her having quite a few people and being there regularly. The clerks know her, sometimes send her people who show up at their desk and don't have the money for the IDs, and they'll say, go talk to Shaundra. I think both she had so many people who she was helping, and so of course was going sort of all over the place, and is a sort of a regular face there. And I think there was some desire by the people who run the DMV to perhaps not have so many people who are also, usually people of color, a lot of Black men, a lot of returning citizens, a lot of people who are considered undesirables for a variety of reasons. I'm showing up at the DMV at a regular basis. And so there was quite a bit of intimidation used against our staffer. And then they actually ended up kicking her out. And then it's sort of escalated from there. I'll actually be in Memphis in a couple of days to figure out what the resolution to this is, because we don't have one yet.
So Kat, from you, we were told that she was banned from the DMV in that moment. What was the initial reason? What was their reason initially before things went viral? Because I know the story has sort of shifted and we'll get to that, but what was the initial reason why they said they didn't want her there?
We didn't get a reason until several hours later and a couple of conversations with their lawyers when they decided that she was soliciting people, which, if you think about it, why would someone go to the DMV to people in line and solicit them to help them get IDs? Like, it doesn't make sense. Initially, she was taken into a room with two employees who weren't introduced and really yelled at and told that the manager had heard of us, she must be an illegal operation, that she wanted to speak to the president of the organization immediately, which I would have been happy to speak to her, and really just sort of gave her a lot of grief about the fact that she had a lot of people there and they didn't know what she was doing, so she must be illegal. And this isn't the first DMV we've had these problems with. It's the first time we've been banned, but we've had DMVs who have told our staff and volunteers, you bring too many people here, you're not allowed to come back unless you have a letter from your lawyer. We've had DMVs, we have a problem in Florida right now where DMV has suddenly decided that only family members are allowed to buy IDs for people. And so we now have to go through this, we have to give people sort of cash or money orders, et cetera. We have DMVs quite often who decide that they don't, for whatever reason, like the fact that, we're making them work harder. All we're doing is doing what they do. You give people IDs. We're just bringing people in to get IDs. We're not asking you to make us a pizza or build us a house. We're doing the thing you do. We've had, but it's one of the things we knew when we started this was they're going to start making what we call spread the vote rules, once we start being successful. And so this was the first time that we'd been banned. But it's a problem we're seeing more and more. The more successful we are around the country is that DMV suddenly decide, wait, I'm going to come up with a reason that you can't be here.
Yeah, and your organization has been quite successful. I mean, thousands of people have gotten their IDs thanks to your tireless work, and so we very much do appreciate that. I share your fear that as more and more people run up against needing an ID and organizations like yours try to bridge that gap, that there will be more strike back against your organizations, and hopefully that can be avoided. Kat Calvin, thank you for joining us and for your organization's work.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much for watching this clip from the Damage Report. If you liked it, don't forget to subscribe to this channel and ring the bell on YouTube to get notifications of our new videos. And of course, you can catch the full Damage Report live every weekday at 1 p.m. Eastern, 10 a.m. Pacific on TYT Network on YouTube TV.